Dakota, how are you, sir?
Good. How are you?
Doing well. So, what do you hope to gain from this experience, being with the select team and playing with players of this caliber?
Yeah, just gain as much knowledge as I can. Just they always say be a sponge. I mean, when you have this many all-stars and Hall of Fame coaches, at the college level and the NBA level, I mean, there's so much knowledge in the room. So just picking their brains, taking notes after practices, it's been an amazing experience, and I'm glad to be a part of it.
What's the biggest advice you've gotten so far?
Do what you do well. I've been pointed out as like a shooter. So, shoot the ball at a high level, make good decisions, things like that. Just stick to what you do well and ride that out.
Best of luck to you, sir.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
And Danny Thompson.
Dakota, Danny Thompson with a 3-point conversion. Congratulations on 1 being selected and also 2 being called up in the same week. When you first got the phone call to Team USA to be on the select team, did you ever thought that by the end of the week you're going to be considered playing with the national team after 6 days? Did you ever think of that when you first were brought upon?
Not really. When Sean first called, I was just more excited than anything. He asked if I was interested, and without hesitation, I said absolutely. So my first thought was just excitement, and like I said before, just being around these guys and caliber of players and coaches. There's just so much knowledge to gain. So I was just more excited about that than anything.
And when you say these types of caliber of players, now that you spent a week with these types of caliber of players, how much confidence has to put in your game, saying that, you know what, I can play with the best players, not only on this level, but in the world, and I hold my own with them?
Definitely. That's exactly what it's about. Just a confidence builder. And like you said, knowing you can play, these are the best players in the world. Obviously playing against Kevin Durant, Dame, Bradley Beal, like these are, multi-time all-stars. You can just by the records they've set and how they've played the last couple of years in the league. So if you can hold your own against them, you're doing all right. So like you said, it's just been a great experience and a real gauge to see where you're at and a confidence builder.
And we'll go to Christos.
Hey Dakota, how are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. What's the most impressive part for you about your partnership in practices with players like KD, Dame? What did you learn from them?
Just their day to day. It's not just a lot of people, you just see the cameras and they're shooting during practice, or they're doing a certain thing. I mean, it starts in the morning, it goes all day as far as treatment, taking care of their bodies, getting in early, getting shots, shooting after, doing weight room stuff here. So I think it's just the whole process of becoming a great player on and off the floor all day. It's not just those 1 or 2 hours during practice. I think that's the biggest thing that stuck out.
And as a member of select team, what did you see from your younger teammates like Darius, like Tyler Hero, like Tyrese Haliburton? What did you see from them?
Just same thing, how they can stick in this league and how good and talented they are on both ends of the court. Just their skill level is probably the most prominent thing. Being able to make tough shots, shooting off the dribble, playing in the pick and roll. They're just so diverse, and being so young, they got bright futures ahead of them.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Danny Thompson.
Dakota, quick follow-up from Danny Thompson, 3-point conversion. You played overseas. You played at Purdue. How much your game has grown? What's been the biggest improvement in your game since you played at Purdue, going overseas until this moment right now? What have you grown the most in?
I think just adding more dimensions than being a catch and shoot kind of guy. In college, I came off a lot of dribble handoffs, made it being a decision maker, things like that. But I think that's increased even more, being able to catch and shot fake and make 1 or 2 dribble moves, or making the right read, right pass off a screen, things like that. So I'm just each year can continually to get better at that, and not just being just a spot up shooter, being able to go off screens, dribble handoffs, things like that. At a high pace. I think it's hard to guard a guy who cuts hard and goes with pace and is able to get their shot off. So I've really improved on that, and that goes with working on your body and your diet as well.
Thank you, Dakota. We'll go to Jason O'Neill.
Dakota, you mentioned measuring yourself against Kevin Durant, Bradley Beal, kind of being one of the main attractions to come into the USA camp. What kind of grade would you give yourself?
No, I don't really look at it. I can't really put a hard label or grade on it. Just day by day, just focus on the things you can control. And I always look at it. I give a great effort. Did I stick to the things I work on, and things like that. Just being in the right position defensively. So it's hard to. I don't like to measure myself against other guys like that as far as day in, day out. Just the whole process, taking it one day at a time and getting better each day.
And Paul Gant.
Dakota, what do you feel like you need to do to stick in the NBA and be a fixture in the NBA?
Yeah, I think it goes back to, doing what you do and doing it at a high level, shooting the ball, consistently being, 40, 45% 3-point shooter. Those are kind of the markers now, especially in the last couple of years in the league, and just being a solid positional defender, being in the right spot, knowing the scouting report, doing all those little details and little things at a high level every day. I think those little things add up to big things, and that'll help at the end of the day.